Alrighty, folks, let me have your attention, please. Ooh, I love the way my voice sounds in the mic. How are we doing? Welcome to the Year 9 Poetry Slam. This is the part where you go crazy and give me some hype. Come on, a little louder, a little louder. I've been working with this Year 9 group for a couple weeks, so we have an amazing show in store. For those of you who have not had the absolute pleasure of meeting me yet, my name is Tabani. I have been the resident poet. I've been workshopping with these guys, and they have some incredible pieces to share with you today. They are super excited, they're super hyped, and it's gonna be a great show. We are pushing for time, so we won't stand too much on ceremony. A couple things. For those of you who do not know, a poetry slam occurs when spoken word artists or performance poets get together in a competitive nature. Usually we have about 10 to 12 poets, 3 rounds, scored by randomly chosen judges from the audience, but today we have our 2 esteemed judges, the head of England and our principal. So the poet teams today will be rattling off, sharing their pieces. They'll be scored, and we will have a winner announced at the end of the day. Usually to begin a poetry slam, we have what is called a sacrificial poem, or a calibration poem, which serves the purpose of cleansing the palate for the judges and getting them ready to hear the competitors share their pieces. I will be the calibration poet for today, and I will be sharing one of my pieces. I might get a mic stand because it's easier. This is always the most awkward part, is adjusting microphones. All right, so this piece is called Little Spoon. So there's this guy. For the sake of continuity, let's call him me. Chest puffed out, broad wingspan, shoulders a towering 6'3", and I love to be the little spoon. That's not entirely true. I'm actually closer to 5'11", apply resume rules to height. I excel a little more on paper. They say the truth is far stranger than fiction, and I am articulate at exaggerating diction, which means the mode I use to say what I mean is more than the median mediocre, and immediately, like high school geometry homework, I am prone to a tangent. But back to the narrative at hand, to the guy, or me, or an aptly placed placeholder in metaphorical form that loves to be that little spoon. To set the scene, a fluid body spills into mattress bowl, longing for that curving cradle comfort, labeled as ladle-like, oftenly mistakenly portrayed as ladylike, and the guy known as me is known to bite off more than he can chew, is framed to be consumed. It's ironic that he would be seen as any kind of spoon, but that's more food for thought. I think of that scene in the first Matrix movie where the boy tells Neo, "Do not try and bend the spoon. That's impossible. Instead, only realize the truth. There is no spoon. I bend myself in bed, sleeping with intersecting issues, privilege as a friends with benefits, a one-night stand protester, too hot for the covers but too cold for exposure. I find the night can be intoxicating. I soiree with the decadence of dusk, took up day drinking for the sobriety, sleepwalking for the cardio, gained a newfound appreciation for exercises in futility, long overdue in doing my due diligence. As the proverb goes, the prodigal son burns down the village to feel the warmth, and oh, how those nights were cold and dark and dreamless. The succeeding transition was seamless, from pillow talk to meaning, to a guy, to a scene, to a spoon too big to hold a hearty helping of soul, too messy to lay in the bed it made, too meta to make any sort of self-referential sense. Soliloquy meets commentary, they fall in love in the same way similarly dissimilar things do, paradoxically, like poetry as prose with more line breaks and a line that takes a little more to write than it does to say out loud, like how I love to be that little spoon. Tend toward tenderness and kindness to koala, wrap their limbs around me just so I can sleep soundly, but not with another body. I am in bed with all the different ways that I present, wishing one would hold me. Thank you. All right. That was to hype you up. That was to get you in the mood, get you ready to hear some slam poetry. I will be referring to the teams by the titles of their poem for the sake of time and to get us going. So first up, we have an individual performance entitled Inhumanity. So Nelly, you're up.
Bang, that's the father. Bang, that's the mother. Bang, there goes the sister. Bang, and the brother. Hidden out of sight, with frightened dread their hearts are filled, the only survivor, silently watching their loved ones be killed. Impatiently and in agony, they wait to escape to a newer place where they just might be safe. Leaving their used to be haven, what they used to call home, trying to find a refuge in the shadows they carefully roam. Sneaking through the darkness, praying not to be caught, to live to tell their story, to find the safety that they sought. If the terrorists don't get them, their mental and physical health will. And all this fighting, this will all be for naught. The ones who are lucky might be able to get on a boat, get out of their country, have a way out. All day and all night, they sail in hiding, through dangerous storms, for their lives they are fighting. After months of exhaustion, they finally get away to Australia, where they just may finally have a safe place to stay. But it doesn't end there. They aren't allowed in. They're sent to detention with over 1,050 people so their processing can begin. They stay there for ages, and the next thing you know, it's been 3 years, now 4, now 5, and 77% still don't have a place that they can call home.
Let's keep that applause going. Come on, that was fantastic. We're going to keep it moving because time is not our friend and we have a lot to get through today. Next up, we have For All You Gamers.
Squeak! Sound the chair's wheels on the shiny floor. Television's blue, green, white, spotlighting my face. Takes a while, but the game finally loads. Can't wait for the game to start.
Minecraft. I loaded into that blocky paradise, looking fly, got a money tree with my fist, but it ain't gonna hurt. Now I've got to go in those caves and looking for diamonds in the dirt. I hear the growls of the zombies calling my name. Man, it's creepy down here. I need my mummy, but it's all an illusion because my gaze is fixed to the shiny jewels up above. New diamond pick ready to go, making me a new gleaming diamond sword, slaying all those zombies all through the night. Now I'm tired, in bed, all's nice and tight.
Enjoying yourself, it's all about number one rule, no doubt. Gaming's out there, remember that. Cannot find fun, it's not the aim. Fun is natural, it's a drive, not the target.
Actually, I'm not that tired. How about some Call of Duty? Yes, got the best map. Nuketown. The countdown's ticking, I'm gearing up with assault rifle at the ready. Bam! Like wildfire, all the players run off. Gunfire can be heard in every direction. I see my first target, and yes, wait, what? Assist? It's fine, it's only the start of the game. I see my next target, I line them up, and 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes! And I hold my joy for that beautiful 5-kill streak. I line my sights on my prey. But then, it was taken by a knife. How humiliating. It's fine. First step. That's all. I rise on and gave them BAM! Proximity mine shoots it sky high and straight back down. What the hell? There's a child in a gunship and he kills me again and again and again. For my controller's sake, get me out of this game. Enjoy
yourself. It's all about number one rule, no doubt. All your games out there, remember that.
You'll
You'll find fun. It's not a video game.
Fun is
It's
natural.
to drive another target.
Call of Duty was getting a bit frustrating. Now, I'ma hit it with some car soccer. Yo, favorite game, you know what it is. That's right. It's Rocket League. I know what everyone says about the game. It's just hitting a ball around. It's easy. All that poo is making me queasy. It's a team game where you shouldn't pass for clout. No, I'm not messing about. Trick shots are what you shouldn't do. Damn it, you'll end up in the loo. But seriously, practice is what I always say. But don't let that word let you say nay. Well, what do I practice? Flip resets, ceiling shots, air dribbling, mentality. But all is useless without fundamentally practicing the skill that people ignore as what is called were shots, which I did in the beginning, in one sitting. Actually, no, that was misleading. I'm gonna log off now.
So remember, to enjoy yourself and you'll learn new skills, make new friends, and enjoy yourself playing all your favorite games on console, PC, iPad, phone, or whatever you play your games on. And remember, enjoy yourself.
Keep the applause going. Clap them right off stage. Clap them right into their seats. And clap as the next team comes up. There has been a typo in your program. While it does say weird, the title of the next group's piece is in fact worth. So let's give them a round of applause while they come up.
Worth. What does it mean?
It's what we question ourselves about every day.
The words are so simple, but I cannot convey what I'm trying to say.
Like a pencil, it comes in 1,000 shades, yet it only takes one individual to erase.
How can we ever change?
If we think everyone is so strange, it's so easy to hide in our own shadows.
Much harder to accept being exposed.
Even though we are all different, we still doubt we can't be magnificent.
Pain running through our veins, pulsating in our brain. I can never get my thoughts out of my head. My mind is always ticking.
Are we good enough?
Time passes as seconds lead to minutes, minutes lead to hours.
Overwhelmed, my drive to succeed swallows me whole.
10-foot wave crashing down as negative thoughts flood my mind.
Frustrated, my expectations now too far to grasp.
Everything I stand for melting at the touch of my hands.
Negative ideas completely erase everything.
Criticizing ideas before they have even touched the page.
I feel myself reaching boiling point as my heart beats ferociously out of my chest.
A volcano erupting inside.
Pain running through our veins, pulsating in our brain.
I look in the mirror and I wonder if I'm pretty enough.
I see models on Instagram and think if I look good in my body.
I look at my friends and compare myself to them.
I question the way I look and the way others view me.
I wear loose clothes to hide my body,
so I have less to worry. I listen to the voices in my head, running away from what is being said.
Scared to face what might happen.
When we let ourselves see the good in us. Pain running through our veins, pulsating in our brain. People talk.
People form some kind of idea in their mind about who is a person.
But I have an objection.
We are not the same person.
Because I am a girl, that must mean that I don't like to video game. Or because you are a boy, you always get the blame.
We have created so many ideas of what is traditional.
Blue for boys and pink for girls.
Women wear and enjoy the color blue without being told you look too masculine.
Men wear and enjoy the color pink and they're told they're too feminine. Stereotypes.
To me, they're rumors.
Pain running through our veins, pulsating in our brain.
Worth. Everyone deserves to be valued for who they are.
Keep your applause going. Next up, we have No Justice, No Peace. Clap them onto the stage, ladies and gents.
Racism is a big part of our society today.
People are getting killed and not accepted because of their race.
Getting discriminated against because they look different.
It's not fair.
No justice, no peace. George Floyd.
An innocent man killed by a police officer who failed to be kept in jail and got let out on bail.
Breonna Taylor.
A 26-year-old woman who was brutally murdered by police officers in her own home.
Her killer was never arrested.
But people just brushed off the case because of her race.
No
justice, no peace.
Don't you eat dogs?
You have a virus.
Using the fox eye makes you look hot.
You're a chink.
They sound normal to you, right? But it's not. Asian racism is normalized.
People don't even realize what they're saying is racist.
And that crap makes me pissed.
People profound these jokes as
A joke.
Dark humor.
But when you're Asian like me and have people pull their eyes back and saying, do you think that we eat food at the table? They only eat dogs.
We're literally behind your back. You start to feel great. No
Justice, no peace.
Why are some people racist? I don't seem to understand.
We're all the same people.
Just in different shades. We were born different, but equally the same. So why are some people judged? They are no different than you or me.
Is it wrong to be born with different facial features?
Or different cultural food.
Or a different kind of religion.
What's the problem with that? We just like different things, so why are we discriminated for the tiniest of things?
No justice, no peace.
Some people still judged by their race.
For there never ought to be a place.
A fair go, those untruthful words I do recall.
There is no such thing as a fair go for all.
Though we live in a so-called democracy.
Racism, we never will be free.
They judge you by where you come from and the colour of your skin.
For many, equality and respect seems impossible to win.
Do you think it's fair that every day of a black person's life they have to worry about the racial slurs or nasty looks just because of the colour of their skin?
No justice, no peace. These simple words mean something much deeper than perceived. Some people think that racism is make-believed.
But it's not.
Do you think it's fair that a white person can live their life carefree and a black person's trapped constantly worrying about being publicly shamed or racially abused?
This isn't equality.
This is racism.
Keep that sweet, sweet applause going. Next up, we have romance. I guess we don't have romance. Next up, we actually have fear of failure.
I'm a failure. Do teachers even realise we have more than one class and that it doesn't define us if we fail or pass?
Trying to get an A+ in that math class, doing my best to get a pass, but whatever happens, it's never good enough unless it's that perfect score.
It causes you to beat yourself down, and you'll never seek assistance or help. It only gets worse, like giving fuel to a fire, and you'll never seek assistance, not until the situation is dire.
I'm done.
I sink back into the pit where every night tears sneak down my cheek and onto my bed.
Where I lay most nights hoping to fall asleep before I fall apart.
I'm a failure.
I don't fit anyone's standards.
Teachers, parents, friends, they're all judging me, and I do care.
And I wish that wasn't a flare, but I hate it, and I want to hide my face to cover my despair.
Did I look alright in my school photos? Everyone is
Why does she
changing.
look at me like that? Is she judging
Do my
me?
parents think I'm doing well in
Do
school?
my friends think I'm dumb?
My report card came back. Is it wrong to
Is
throw
an
it
88
out?
worse than everyone else's grade?
Why did he look at her like
I
that?
thought he said I was the only one.
Stop, my head hurts.
Don't show my emotions. People will think I'm weird.
Maybe I should talk to someone about this.
I'll just sound annoying.
I just want to be normal.
I'm a failure. I don't fit anyone's standards.
Teachers, parents, friends, they're all judging me, and I do care.
And I wish that wasn't a flare, but I hate it, and I want to hide my face to cover my despair. Girls no makeup, boys clean shaven. Why do we need everyone else's certification in this civilization when all we should have is our own confirmation, worrying too much about sizes and looks, and I just want to unhook from the reality that we have to look a certain way and dress a certain way. Isn't it just a bit cliche?
Your dress is too short.
Lunchtime.
Your shirt is untucked.
Detention. Why? Why do we need your opinion?
We are our own person.
And we shouldn't need you to control us like some puppet on a string.
I'm not a failure.
And I don't need to fit anyone's standards.
Teachers, parents, friends are all judging me, but I don't care.
And I can proudly show my face without feeling despaired.
Keep that applause going. I would not want to be judging this competition. Next up, we have This Is What You Put on Me.
Hello everyone. I'm a girl in our society and I asked for it. I'm smart, I'm confident, I'm independent, but that wouldn't matter because I asked for it. This is the image you put on me. Because my grown body fit into that tight little dress, or because I held a brush to my face and smothered makeup on my imperfections. This is the image you put on me. Alone in a class, I sit all by myself. A room full of people. The noise is deafening, but it's dead silent for me. Other kids stare and point as the monster from inside me slowly swallows me up. This dark wall of isolation stopping me from sharing my emotions. Nobody can hear me. This is the image you put on me. Today I'm feeling like a plant that is wilting. A round-the-clock blur of my own illusionary thoughts. A kick in the head, the bitter reminder that some day is hating my existence. I force myself to sit there and will myself into stillness of being calm. But I just don't feel normal, as if I've lost the plot. As if I'm no longer in control. This is the image you put on me. This image that alters how I think, how I act, how I see my own reflection in my bedroom mirror. No matter how loud I want to scream, I'm powerful. No one will hear me. No one will hear me over the men talking about the fat around my thighs or the way they prefer their women. Because that's all we are. They're women. This is the image you put on me. My thoughts are my only friend. My mother asks, how was school? Did you have a good day? Should I lie to her? What should I say? My life is nothing but a lie. I hide my dreams and desires behind this mask of deception. I can't handle this pressure. This is the image you put on me. I didn't ask to be treated as a number, percentage, or object in your society. If only you knew that your comments would never quiet me. But because my DNA doesn't match yours, does that put me in some minority? I didn't ask for you to tear down the confidence I so harshly struggled to build up. You're enjoying yourself while my relationship with my innocence becomes unstuck. This is the image you put on me. Boys will be boys. No, boys will be punished. The only thing I know is it's a suggestion from this obnoxious, tiny voice in my head. Try reducing your stigma. Am I annoying? Do I bore you? You thought I was a phony fake. Perhaps this show I put on to project my struggles. I was there in plain sight but swept under your rug. It's unacceptable, your ignorance towards a declining mental health that threatens us all. This is the image you put on me. This pool of despair, I've fallen off the deep end, lost in the darkness of my thoughts and regrets. No one can see me, as if I still don't exist. I'm a freak, you tell me. You're just not good enough. Rumours spread around me, holding me down, this mental torment like a toxic chemical in my brain, spreading and corroding. This is the image you put on me. This is the image you put on me. This is the image you put on me. Shut up! This image you will not put on me.
Let's keep that applause going. That brings us to the final performance of the afternoon. The piece is entitled Social Expectations. Clap them onto the stage.
You're a mistake.
You bitch. Are you gonna cry? The constant fight with the voice in our heads and the voice outside brings out the worst in us. But once I ignore it, everything goes downhill. Suddenly taking substances, because that's what people do. Recalling the memories, or was that deja vu?
This feeling of confession, faced with this multiple choice question, suddenly this life and death equation mixes water and oil like an invasion. So-called freedom in this driven nation.
We stay chained to gender and race, privilege and wealth.
And it's not in our control. I look at the mirror, I see someone I don't want to look at. A face unrecognizable, and it is fake.
The voices outside whisper all day long, but the voice inside compel me to be strong. To be enough was only to be me. Being enough keeps me carefree. Negative words that corrupt my everyday life.
All because you expect better.
You expect perfection. I waste my money, time, and love for who I truly am.
Changing my clothes to attract others. Changing my face because of the imperfections I hold. All this for acceptance, a contract, approval, and life.
Just one drink, they said. Just one chance, they meant. Just one option, I thought. This exhilaration of feeling wild leaves me hanging on my last thread.
In my mind, negativity spirals, and it screams for a way out. All I do is smile, like an imagined loophole.
This explosion in my brain with an inaudible cry makes me ponder. Why?
The voices outside whisper all day long, but the voices inside compel me to be strong.
To be
Enough was only to be me. Being enough keeps me carefree.
Keep that applause going. And give a round of applause to everyone who shared their work today. Fantastic, all of you. It takes a tremendous amount of courage and, bravery to get on stage and share your vulnerability, share your experience, share your emotions. So congratulations to each and every one of you who shared today. It was fantastic. The nature of slam is such that it is a competition, and a competition must have a winner. Are our judges still deliberating? 30 seconds. Do, 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 do. The tension is palpable.
Very, very difficult. No, I think I'll be okay with that one, yeah. Well practiced projection. Some really, really excellent poetry, and it's really fantastic too to hear a lot of the really deep issues, I suppose, that all of you are attempting to explore in your poetry in a really interesting way that you're attempting to do so. Some really fantastic and effective use of particularly emotive language. I think that was the thing in particular that I was most impressed by. But even the way that you tried to weave in lots of different imagery to really convey these really complex ideas in a really, really interesting way. In particular, it was really excellent to see, I suppose, people trying to include some of those physical elements to their performance. So, can I have a drum roll on legs, please? in equal seconds, and I'll split second and third, Mr. Moore, if that's okay, because they ended up with the same points, and it was very difficult, is worth and no justice, no peace. Really well done by both those groups. Obviously very different, obviously quite different topics, but again, really excellent use of language in particular. In first place though, by far and away I think probably the most impressive one. Can I have a drum roll again please? For their very excellent use of multiple members, their really, really good opening, which I found really impressive, is fear of failure. So, congratulations, I'm really glad that some other people are really excited about that too. Thank you very much too to all of you in here. I know not necessarily all of you in year 9, but thank you very much to everyone that came in to watch. You've got to remember too, for every single one of these groups, it's actually a really difficult thing to get up here in front of your peers and in front of teachers and to perform like that, something that perhaps is really, really personal. So to do that is obviously can be really scary, and you all know what that's like because all of you at different stages so far this term have performed in front of your class. So can I have one more round of applause, I suppose, for everyone? I'd like to say a really big thank you, obviously, to all the Year 9 teachers for running this particular unit, but a very special thank you to Mr. Moore for organising today and for organising all the workshops over the course of this term. So a big round of applause for Mr. Moore. And last but certainly not least, for being our poet in residence over this term, and it was really excellent in particular to see you working this morning with our finalists. So I popped in and saw you getting them prepped for their performance and also for your performance today and for all your work this term. Big round of applause for Tabani. We're all done for our slam poetry. Go and enjoy your poetry slam rather. Go and enjoy your lunch. Can I have the winning team just chop up here for me for a sec?